This is a short, loose introduction to watercolour. I'm just having a play. I didn't have any plan here. I was going to paint a landscape, so I started off with a wet in wet sky, tilting, leaving gaps for clouds and collecting puddles and painting, and then just painting some fields here using light and dark greens, and just sort of putting a little bit of foreground in there, wet on dry, and mixing up some darks here and painting some dark hills in the distance, and just letting the paint sort of run and bleed and collecting puddles. That's what I love about watercolour. I'm using a pipette here to dilute that dark paint, and I'm tilting at a 90-degree angle, hopefully to get some really interesting effects. I'm using the brush here to paint some sort of trees here on the right, damp into damp, and just adding some darks at the bottom of the trees there. I love using unusual tools, so I'm using a twig from the garden here to create thin lines and details in the trees, and kind of like almost like a reflection. Adding some darks here in the foreground area using my size 8 round brush, adding some sort of detailed grasses, wet into wet here and there as well. Just painting from my imagination, letting go. Just got a little bit of dark here in the foreground. It's quite thick paint, and the reason why it's quite thick is because I'm going to use a plastic card technique, and it's just a store card cut up, and I'm just going to swipe it to create the look of rocks. So here goes. So you kind of want to wait till the paint sort of dries off a little bit, but it's still got a shine, and then you swipe with the card. It's worth practicing this technique, but it's so effective because you get lights, mid and dark tonal values, and wonderful sharp edges as well. I use the card to print with, as what I'm doing here, just with paint from the tube to create darks and details, but also to sort of scratch into the paint here to create detailed grasses. I'm also spattering with some yellow here, wet into wet, and some dark Paynes grey here, almost wet on dry in the foreground. And it's great because it stops me from overworking my watercolours, but it also creates detail and texture. So I hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you would like to support the content that I create here on YouTube, why not think about joining my Patreon membership? You will get access to my exclusive tutorials and my longer, more in-depth tutorials with downloadable outline sketches. Details about the membership can be found in the description below. Thanks so much for watching. Happy painting. Bye for now.